I really love this one now. Amazing. Thanks to Tekken Daves. Welcome back to the channel. So finally we have the season 2 patch notes, and the best thing about the season 2 is that the Azucena is finally getting some buffed. In this video we will be having the complete season 2 Azucena moves, what are the new moves, what are the plus frames, where we have the advantages, where we have the new combos as well. In this video I will be sharing you guys my personal opinions about season 2 Azucena, so stay tuned. So the first thing is that we have the running 3-2 into forward hold. She actually goes into the lip stance. That means we will have the new combo opportunities, new barriers for lip pressure, and also if we just hold back, she does not go into the stance. Going to lip stance, you have to actually hold forward after that, so you can have the better opportunities in the lip stance as well. So this is the new change. I personally think that this change is much needed, because we had so many limited options when we actually used to go into the running 3-2, which is only +2, but if we hold forward it's actually going to be +5 on block. So we have so many opportunities. We can have one, we can have a forward 2, which is really nice to have a pressure on within the lib stance instead of just the normal lib stance. So if we go into the lib stance, we can have so many moves that we can actually apply now while being in the lib stance. We can actually do running 3-2 into forward hold, and then we can actually go for the down 1+2 as well. So this is actually a big change. The lib pressure and the limitations are actually way better now, so this is going to be a really insane move from now on in season 2. The second change we have for Azucena is the 11 frame punish. The wall sending 11 frame punish was actually very bad, but now the best thing about wall sending 11 frame is that wall sending 4-1 into forward hold actually goes into the lib stance. So we have better opportunities, better mix-ups, and better ways to communicate within the lib with our opponents. Well, we have better options, we have better damage, we have better mix-ups now, and the third one is going to be much better as well, because if you notice, the third one is going to be the -13 instead of -14. So now this move is a bit safer. It has actually moved from -14 into -13. I would say this is actually fair, because even if this third one is actually not on counter, it is going to be -13, which is acceptable. But even if this was actually on counter, we had a limited follow-up as well. The third change we have is the lib down 3, which is a new move, and on counter this actually gives us one of the best combo now, because if we hold down we will have the opportunity to go into the while crouching state. So lib down 3 on counter is a full combo. We will actually have so many better combos in the next video, but in this video we will be showing you guys only the few changes. And lib down 3 is actually on counter a very nice combo, and if we go into like the normal hit, this is going to be +13, but I don't think it's if it is like anything guaranteed yet. But lib down 3 is one of the coolest move and the coolest animation as well, and on block I would say it's actually still safe move. So we have like +2. This is going to be another new running 3-2 move, I would say, for the +2 advantage. But I would say this is actually very nice attack to have the pressure on. Before that we had like no pressure tools on our opponents when we used to go into the lip stance, because we were actually very limited with the lip stance. But now we have another opportunity to go into plus frames with the down 3. So I would say if you want to pressure your opponent, always use down 3 or always use to or always use the homing. And then the fourth change we have for Azucena is actually the during the heat and the lib stance. What I mean by that is like when we used to go into the lib, we were so limited with the 50-50s because we wanted to have so much plus frames, but unfortunately we had like so many limited options. But during the lib now we have the plus condition move as well. We have the down 3+4, and now as you can see that this is going to be +4 instead of staying in the minus like season 1. But now in season 2 we have a new pressure tool which is actually 16 frame, and also the coolest thing about this move is that we have now 3+4 into the down hold as well. So if we just hold down, we will have the +4 into crouch situation. This is something that Tekken devs actually wanted us to have in the previous patches. They want us to have crouching mindset for Azucena players. So this change is actually not going to be very useful for new players, but for pro players when they have nothing in pressure, nothing in the lib stance to actually pressure their opponents, this move is going to be very useful. And then you can have like so many new opportunities as well. So while we are actually into the while crouching state, we can actually do while standing 1 on counter. If you want to have your opponents catch on counter, this is the perfect setup as well, because when we are actually +4, we can actually have the while standing 13 frame counter safe mid attack if they actually try to attack us back, or if they don't have anything else, we can actually go into the lib, or we can actually go into the back turn as well. So you can see if we actually hold down, we can actually go into the back turn as well. So many new opportunities are actually laying around when we go into the forward crouch state position. The fifth change we have is actually one of the new move, which is going to be, oh wow, we have the new animation for dancing. Amazing. Okay, we have the forward crouch 4, which is going to be stagger on hit, which is actually going to be just like Miguel down back 4. So the forward crouch 4 actually going to be +5 on block. That means we have so many opportunities playing around in the lip stance. We have the +5, which means that we can do anything going for the lip stance as well. And this move is actually going to be a bit of a 50-50, because unfortunately this move on block is going to be, I would say, -15. So this is actually going to be a 50-50, just like Victor, just like Lars, which is actually launch punishable moves as well. But the reward is actually 30-70 for us. So if we actually go into, so if we actually have this on counter, we will have guaranteed lib 1+2 as well. As you can see, this is going to be guaranteed 1+2, 45 damage. I would say we will have so many opportunities with this move. We can have like into back turn, down back, and then we can have these type of move to actually catch our opponents actually going into the attacking state. So I would say the forward crouch 4 is actually much better option, and the mix-up for this move is actually going to be forward crouch 3. So on normal hit, it's going to be very risky, but if we have on counter, it's going to be guaranteed follow-up for the grab as well. The sixth change we have for Azucena Season 2 is actually the grab damage. The grab damage has been increased. So on counter, it's going to be 55, which is really insane and worth the risk for going for -13. So I would say this is actually a win-win condition for many of Azucena players, because they like to go into the counter, they like to go into the down forward 4 crouch, which is going to be lib mix-up. So this is the opportunity like we should be having with the lib and also the crouch state. I would say the 50-50s are also there. We have being the -13 into the counter 55 damage. Boom. We have so many options that we can actually apply. Or if we just want to be safe, we can just do while standing 1 to double check our opponent. And if we actually catch them on a counter, this is also going to be very rewarding. So we must actually have mix-ups on our opponent. So I would say the new move is actually worth the risk, worth the mix-up. I would say the crouching position or crouching state for Azucena player is now complete. Now it depends on you how you actually want your opponent to actually risk or response against your attack. Okay, so you have 50-50 being -15 on a block or counter +2, or you want this move with a granted follow-up, max damage 55 has been increased, or you want while standing 1, which is safe for block. So it depends on you what you actually want to have. The sixth change we have for Azucena is very interesting one. Now I will say we will have the new pressure tool for our opponents as well, which is the down one. Down one on counter hit is actually the normal hit on counter, which is going to give us a full combo, but even on hit it's actually going to force crouch our opponent into the crouching state, giving us the +7 on hit. And even if we actually get blocked, this is going to be completely safe. So pressure tools has been increased. Now we have down 1, we have lib down 3+4 like this +4, and also we have the down 1 into down hold crouching state. We have this into crouching state as well. So overall the Tekken devs, they want us to have crouching mix-ups on our opponents. So I would say down 1 buffing is one of the best tools that we have in season 2, and we will have even the +2 on block as well. This move used to be +4, I would say, before in season 1, but now this actually crouch opponents, and also +2 I would say is very good. So back 3, down 1, up forward 2, these are the key moves for pressuring our opponents in season 2. The 7th change we have from the back turn is actually the back turn 1. On block is going to be +2. Before that we would have this move as, I would say, -1 or 1 or neutral, but in season 2 this move is going to be a key tool to actually double check our opponent for the max damage, or the double check for counter grabbing opportunities. So I would say the back turn 1 is going to be a checker move from the back turn, with it being +2 on block, and also opponents are going to be very scary attacking into this move, as you can see, or this move into -1, or even if we catch them attacking, if you think they are going to be attacking on you, the 1+2 is always there. So I would say -11, -11, and on hit -1. I think these are the key moves to actually check your opponents if they're gonna attack you or not. But +2 is something that we actually much needed. We had like very limited pressure tools from the back turn while being so limited, but +2 I would say is a little bit of good change for Azucena players. 3-3 on block is going to be -1. But the cool thing about 3-3 is that we have 3-3 as the heat engager now. So for Azucena specialists, this is a huge change. This is actually going to be always the -14 punish for our opponent, which is on normal hit is going to be 36, which is not bad of a option. We also had the back 1-1 as a 13 frame, punish, but 3-3 is going to be very interesting. What I mean by that is that we can always improve or always go for the whiff punishes, and now instead of forward 1+2 as being no longer the heat engager, which is a universal change for every character, we used to have heat engager and power crush high ones at the same time are no longer going to be the heat engagers. So 3-3 I would say is a must learn or adopt move we should be having in season 2. We should always be keeping an eye for 3-3 mixer, 3-3 40 frame punish, or 3-2. So as you can see, the animation is actually dropped to +23 now, which is going to be 3-3 mix up or 3-2 or forward 3 or the new move forward 3-4, which we will talk about later. But the mindset that we should be having for 3-3 is that we should be keeping an eye on our opponent's whiffs only, and of course the 14 frame is going to be very good. But in the end, even if we catch our opponents close to the wall, this is actually going to wall supplant our opponents as always. This is always going to be a wall supplant into the better damage because of the heat activation. The heat engager, as you can see, this is going to be one of the best 14 frame punish to actually close up the rounds against our opponents. So we must adopt, I would say this is just a little bit of a nerf, but after some time I would say we will actually get used to the new move, the new heat engager. This is for every Azucena player that we must actually adopt. When we adopt, we will actually get used to this move as well. So the mix-ups I would say are going to be 3-2, the mix-up is going to be 3-3 and mix-up into the lip. We now have a complete mix-up for forward 3-2 and forward 3-4. This is going to be a new mix-up, and the best thing about this mix-up is that you can actually be so much safe and so much risk at the same time. The forward 3-2, the second move is actually the high, and the second option we have now is the forward 3-4. The best thing about this move is that on counter, this is going to give us a guaranteed combo. As you can see that we have a full hit combo now. So this is going to be very good in my opinion, that we will have another opportunity catching our opponents into the ducking. So if you think that they're not going to actually duck, you can actually do live into cancel, live into this move, or live into any move that you actually want. So I would say the risk for being minus, even if we actually get blocked with the new move, if we actually get blocked with the new move, we will have very less risk. So as you can see, this move is actually only minus 11. As you can see, minus 11 I would say is not very risky at all. But if we actually catch them on counter, we will actually get a full combo. We can actually delay the second move as well. As you can see, if we delay, as you can see, this is the normal thing, the normal timing. But if we actually delay, we can actually catch our opponents attacking as well. Do keep in mind that this move is going to be very linear. As you can see, this is not homing and it's going to be very sidestepper move as well. But if you think they're going to do some sidestepping, you can always do this move as well. So mix-ups are always there if you want, but this change is actually gonna affect a lot for Azucena players, so we should actually learn new mix-ups in season 2. Speaking of the new changes, the 10th change we have for Azucena is the lib opportunities while being in the lib stance. What I mean by that, even if we are in the lib stance, we can now activate the heat during the lib stance as well. I would say this is one of the best change for pressuring or catching our opponent into attacking for activation the heat. So if you think that this is actually very limited, but now we will have a forward 3-4 as well. As you can see, if we go into the heat, we have so many moves. In the lib, we have the orbital as well. So this is actually going to be very cool change. We have the lib heat activation, we have the lib up forward 3-4, we have the lib up forward 4. While in the lib, we now have the new move. I would say this is actually not a new move, but they have actually changed the input of this move now in season 2. First we had this move, the double forward 3+4, but now this move actually changed into up forward 3+4. Now in the lib, we can do this, we can do this, and we can do again and again for the mix-up. So I would say while in the lib stance, this is going to be very insane, and they are actually talking about this move that sometimes the first hit actually used to whiff a lot in season 1, but now due to changing the input of this move, they have actually claimed that this move is gonna whiff less in season 2. So I would say this is very good change, and we can actually spam this move even so many times while being into the lib stance as well. So I would say this is a very good change. Granted, 1+2 is gone now, so I would say this is actually not the nerf but also the buff at the same time, because +8 while forcing our opponent into crouch is not a bad change. So if they actually changed or faster the new input for us, then they actually removed the granted 1+2 as well on hit or even on counter. This is not going to be granted anymore, because the reaction or the opponent's behavior has actually been changed. So I will actually accept the +8, but again, we should be having so many opportunities for our opponents to actually catch them on counter. The heat back to into forward hold, as you can see, they have very less heat consumption with the back two now, which means that we can actually spam the plus move. So as you can see, this is going to be very nice change. Before in season 2, we had actually so much heat consumption with this move, but this is actually a very nice change now. The next change we have is very interesting one. Since we don't have the heat engager forward 1+2 that we used to actually have during the pressure tools, or when we used to face so many pressure from our opponent, but with the removing of a heat engager, now we have another tool which is going to be 12 frame starter. What I mean by that when we were actually so much in minus frames or while being in the pressure, we actually wanted to get rid of the pressure with the heat engager with the power brush as well. But since it's not there, we have a new tool which is 4-3. As you can see, the animation on counter hit has been changed to actually catch our opponents into the follow-ups granted. So the first hit should be on counter to actually catch granted stuff. So I would say this is actually not a bad change for anyone looking for faster pressure recovery stuff, or as you can see, releasing the offense of our opponents. I would say 4-3 is a very nice move, and also even if we just get blocked, we will actually be only -11. So in my opinion, this change is kind of 50-50, but I would say this is actually much needed as well, because the heat engager was actually the 15 frame or 60 frame starter, but now we have 12 frame counter hit opportunities laying around as well. So we must adopt in season 2. We must use this move in season 2 as well. And then one of the pressure tool that we much needed was actually the back turn 1. As you can see, this is going to be +2, and the animation on our opponent has been changed. As you can see, it's a bit of a new animation, but with a 1-2 is going to be -1 instead of -4 or 5 in season 2. As you can see, the second hit on block is gonna change the opponent's behavior as well. As you can see, it's a little bit of pushback, so within these type of distances we can actually create so many mix-up opportunities. The next change we have is the back turn for 3. This is going to be a little bit changed from now on. This was actually was very underrated move in season 1, but now we will have much more benefit on second hit on counter. So as you can see, the second hit on counter gives us the tornado already. So that means on counter we will have the better combo opportunities now. As you can see, this is the normal combo for the wall carry after the tornado as well. So this is the same exact move, just like this. So do keep in mind that this move is going to be -14 on block, so you guys have to be very prepared as well. So being into -14 or being into counter hit tornado at the same time, so it depends on you how much risk you want to have from the back turn. Now this move actually gives us the chip damage on block as well and forces our opponents into crouch position. So this move is not one of the best moves from back turn, but it is actually sometimes crushes the mid and the lows as well. So if you are very sure that the low is coming from the back turn, you can actually go for the orbital 3+4. It's kind of slow at 27 frames, but I would say now it does the chip damage as well, just a bit with the mix-ups of 1-2 chip damage. So this move giving us the chip damage is actually might give us the opportunities for counter hit or catching our opponents on attacking. In season 1, due to some scrubs complaining about Azucena, they actually changed the damage of this grab as well on counter. So now, as you can see, the damage has been increased. 1-1-2 on counter hit. If the opponent actually gets hits with first hit on counter, the other two are actually guaranteed. As you can see, this is on counter, the first one. I have set this on counter, the first one. If the first one is on counter, as you can see, I have the second one on block. So if you catch your opponents on the back 1-1 counter, this is everything guaranteed, just like the Nina Williams when she actually goes into the back 2-2-2, the hit confirmed, but now she has the back 1-1-2 on counter. So in my opinion, this is a huge change. I really love this one now. Amazing, thanks to Tekken Daves. One of the much needed change we actually had to adopt is actually Alpha 2. Alpha 2 on counter give us the 24 damage, and on normal hit it is going to give us only 20 damage. But the cool thing about this move is actually giving us the 3-3 heat engager at the same time. So this is going to be much needed. As you can see, this is a huge change in my opinion. And even if we have the heat activation as well, as you can see, if we just finish our opponents, this is going to be 61 damage with the heat activated if we burn the heat as well. So in my opinion, giving us not the counter hit properties into the confirmed heat engager is not bad at all. So I would say the next thing that we actually need to adopt is actually the lib into a forward 2. This is something that we must adopt when we are so limited being in the lib even after minus frames or even after 14 frame into lib stance. If we catch our opponents attacking, this move actually goes into offense. So that means if we actually catch our opponents attacking with the right hands or moves that are very linear, we can actually spam this move on our counter hit mindset, and then we can have free stuff. So in my opinion, this move is something that we need to adopt. So this is it, guys. If you guys think I missed anything in this video, do let me know. In the next coming videos, we will be having new combos, new mix-ups, and new combo volumes, of course, with the Azucena season 2 buffs. So if I missed anything, do let us know in the comments. Until then, have a good night.